Hello everybody, how are we all doing? I hope we're having a good weekend so far. So it is Saturday the 18th of January 2014, and if you've not heard the news already, you better get out from under that rock right now, right this second. So it was announced yesterday. It was a bit shocking, at the same time not surprising, kind of expected. But yeah, Warner Brothers have announced that they are pushing back the release date for the Man of Steel sequel featuring Batman and Wonder Woman from July 17, 2015 to May 6, 2016. So yeah, you can imagine a lot of people's reactions. You know, it was mixed. Everybody was saying, oh, well, at first it was rushed, now that they've pushed it back, they're not happy about it, but at the same time they think, well, actually this is a good idea, gives them time to work on the script, tweak the costumes, you know, get the actors and cast in shape, you know, especially Ben and Gal and obviously Henry as well, you know, and get the production, you know, really, you know, ready for the filming to begin. Production has now been moved back till around May this year. Apparently there were rumours that Ben Affleck had injured himself, either his leg or his ribs, but neither have been confirmed, so I really don't believe that. Already I'm seeing people saying, oh, now this gives them a chance to recast Batman and Wonder Woman. Not happening, guys. Ben Affleck and Gal Gadot are still going to be in the films, whether you like it or not. There's speculation that this might actually give them the opportunity to film, because there was another rumour that they're possibly going to film both the Man of Steel sequel and Justice League back to back. Now, pushing the movie back to 2016 would give that idea to say, yes, let them do that, because that gives them a good 2.5 years or so to do that. And given the scope of this film, there is that possibility that maybe they will film both films back to back, but we don't know. We still don't know about that. But apparently the official statement from Warner Brothers was that this will give the filmmakers time to realise fully their vision, given the complex visual nature of the story. The decision was made following the shift of the start of production to second quarter of this year. So, as I said earlier, production's now been moved back to at least around May or June this year. Even though they're getting things ready, they're going to be filming primarily in Michigan, as we already know. So it still kind of begs the question, what is really going on? We don't know what's going on. Maybe the script has been rewritten, because we know that the guy who wrote Argo has been brought in to redo the script as such, or, you know, refine it as such. But I think they're going to redo the script from start to finish, probably. I mean, we remember Amy Adams was interviewed by was it Jimmy Kimmel earlier this month, and she said that she had read the script and it had been done. So she's saying that now the studio are coming with this, pushing it back, you know, so who's really telling the truth? It's one of those mysteries. It's just one of those mysteries. But yeah, but the biggest other announcement in regards to this is that with this release date being pushed back, it's actually been pushed back to match a Marvel movie that's going to be released on the same day. We don't know what that movie is. It's potentially going to be Doctor Strange, but if it is going to be Doctor Strange, will Marvel decide to move that movie to another date, or are they going to stick to May the 6th and have it out with Batman, Superman and Wonder Woman? That's going to be interesting, is all I'm going to say. I'm still a bit bummed, because, you know, Marvel can bring out around 2 movies a year. I mean, since Iron Man anyway, in 2008, they really have produced a lot of films over the past, yeah, we'll say 5 years, because I know this year we've got both Captain America, Winter Soldier and Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, I'm not including Fox and Sony. So I know that X-Men Days of Future Past is out this year, as well as The Amazing Spider-Man 2. So disregard that. I'm just talking about films primarily made by Marvel Studios, okay? So this year you've got Captain America, Winter Soldier and Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, if you look at the course of the past few years that Marvel have released the movies, they've had at least 2 movies released per year, which is damn good going. But if you look at, say, Iron Man, okay, the first Iron Man movie came out in 2008, the second one was released in 2010, I believe, and then the third one obviously came out last year. So you got 2 to 3 years in between each movie. So 3 years between Iron Man 2 and Iron Man 3. But don't forget the fact that between Iron Man 2 and 3 you still had Thor, Captain America, and then obviously Avengers as well. So there were a number of movies in between the build up to Iron Man 3. But Warner's, you know, if we look at Batman Begins and then Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises, there was 3 years between Batman Begins and Dark Knight, and then 4 years between Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises. So, yes, it's good that it's going to be about another 2.5 years till the movie comes out, but at the same time it's like, oh my god, we've got to wait that long. But yes, it does mean that it's not going to feel rushed, okay, with it coming out next year. If it was to be due out next year, it's not going to feel rushed. They are going to take their time, because they did the same with Man of Steel. It was supposed to come out December 2012, but obviously given The Hobbit, they decided to push it back to obviously June 2013. It was only by 6 months, but this time now we've got to wait 10 months, so ouch. But possibilities, we don't know what's really going on behind the scenes. We don't know the full reason. I'm sure eventually we'll find out. But let's have a look. As I say, if production starts in May or June of this year, we're likely to get costume pictures to be released around about September, October. I think that's what's going to happen. So it'll be interesting to see all 3 big characters of Superman, Batman and Wonder Woman, Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, all dressed in their respective costumes. That'll be interesting when that day happens, when that pic is released, when the first full pic is released, all 3 of them in their costumes. Oh my god, it'll be epic geekgasm all over the universe. It's that simple. But yeah, I'm a little bit saddened, but I can understand the reason behind it. But then again, as you say, sequels these days, unless you're filming them back to back, like Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, the last 2 Matrix films, and the last 2 Harry Potter films, as well as obviously Pirates of the Caribbean films, they all come out within a year or 6 months within each other. So a traditional sequel takes around 2 to 3 years anyway, sometimes 4 years in the case of Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises. It just depends on the director's schedule, the casting schedule. You know, there are elements beyond the studio's control. It's that simple. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I think the wait will be worth it. It better be worth it. You better come up with something awesome, Warners. That's all I'm saying. So, Zack and company, I trust you guys. So please don't fuck it up. It's that simple. Thank you very much. Bye.